This video will discuss Chapter 6.9, Indirect Measurement. So what we are going to work on first is this idea of similar triangles and how we can use them to find a missing measure. So I got a statue that casts a 43.5-inch shadow. At the same time, a nearby tourist casts a 62-inch shadow. If the tourist is 64 inches tall, how tall is the statue? So you want to do something like this if we're going to draw it. So this is the statue. Sorry, this is the statue. This is the shadow of the statue. This is the person and the person's shadow. And so I want to set this up in a ratio. So I'm going to go x, so the height of the shadow over the height of the person, equals the shadow of the statue over the shadow of the person. And now what I could do is cross multiply. So this becomes 32x equals, I need my calculator for this one, 43.5 times 64, which is 2,784. Then I'm going to take the number in front of the x, which is the 32. I'm going to divide both sides by 32, and x equals 87. Now, there actually is probably an easier way or a simpler way to do that, and that would be that this distance is half of this distance, which would mean this distance would have to be half of this one. So if 32 times 2 equals 64, I could go 43.5 times 2, and that would also get me to 87. Either of those ways would work in solving this problem. Now, the second type of problem is one like this. So this blue area is a lake, as you can see from the waves that I've drawn. And so what we want to do is figure out what's the distance across the lake. And so if I could create these two similar triangles, I can use the distances that I know from these triangles to help me find that distance which is across the lake. And so I know one way I could solve this is I could take the, let's call this the height of the larger triangle over the height of the smaller triangle equals the base of the larger triangle over the base of the smaller triangle. Right, and from here I'm just going to solve this by cross multiplying. And so this ends up becoming, what's this, 320 over 10x. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 10. I'm taking the number in front of the x, dividing it to both sides. This becomes 32 equals x. So I know that it is 32 meters across the lake. All right, that's all I got for you with indirect measurement. We're using similar triangles to help us find the missing measure. So please keep that in mind as you're going through these problems. Don't forget to do the problems on the bottom of the page. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you in class.